This is Michi here, this is ACR Zakspeed, and we are live for our first testing session for the upcoming FSR Special Event. So FSR is actually hosting an endurance race, so the 3 hours of Silverstone. Live weather will be activated. You can still sign on for the race, which takes place the upcoming Saturday. On the afternoon here, Central European time, so late afternoon, early evening, something like that. If you're interested, you will find the relevant information in the description of this video. With me on the server already is teammate Joao Pitais. He is currently running in the default LMP3 livery, I believe, so he's also running in the LMP3 car. I'm not mistaken, or he is just running here for practice. And speaking of practice, we are having our first laps ever, so I have no clue on what to look for, to be honest. I will have to learn the car from scratch, see how things goes. Sure about the speed stuff, so I'll just have a look, see how things panned out. Okay, there we go. So already got a vast idea on of what's going on. Those tire pressures as usual. Oh, we just have a go. No seat this time. May wanna turn on the auto clutch. Just contact with the exterior there of the garage, so a little later to go out. I think it's already quite not sure whether it's really dark, you know. Looks a little bit like sunset anyway. I'm running this race together with teammate Jack Heasley, and you've seen us both running in the 24-hour race of Le Mans. So we're just happy to run together again. And if you guys still might be interested, have a look on the FSR forum. In the section of special events, you can still sign up for this race. Not too sure whether I'm happy with that seat position, to be honest. I think that might be much more suitable to my driving. There's a lot of grip on this car. Mirror will stand in the way. Nothing I can do about that. So, in all honesty, we today have to test like 2 different options. The one is definitely the high downforce set or low downforce set, and see which appears to be better. But first, to get used to the car and the track. Having raced the LMP3 car around Le Mans isn't really a big help here, to be honest, because the setup for Le Mans is quite unique. run literally no downforce, and there is not much can really take from there, I believe. As Le Mans is one of those tracks where you have a specific race setup for. It's the very same with Formula 1 at Monza or Monaco. Those tracks are so unique, you can't really transfer the knowledge to anywhere else. Hey Sadas. No, it's not the endurance pack of Studio 397. FSR administration decided to stick with the Enduresis 2.0 in order to keep the entrance boundaries low. There's still a lot of space in there. I think still 7 LMP2, LMP3 and 12 GTE cars are available to bring on the start. So if you guys feel like we're going for an endurance race, you can race alone 3 hours, or you can race in a pair of 2. Maybe even a pair of 3, I'm not sure, but I think it's just about a pair of 2. Feel free to enter.
1:54.34.
The race will be streamed live on the Formula SimRacing pages. So you'll also get the coverage. So a minute 54.3. Obviously I do know that the LMP3 car is slower compared to the LMP2. What, 7 to 8 seconds seems like a bit much though. But we'll see. Corner last time felt like being a corner that can be taken flat out. Apparently I was wrong. And if you guys want to join the server, watch out for formula-simracing.net Silverstone 3 hours, that's the server name. And feel free to join us right here. The session is just another 43 minutes. So plenty of time still to join. As we are still making time up. I need to rechange my settings of the force feedback next time I'm in the pits.
The lap was a 1:53.79.
With no smoothing whatsoever, the neighbor's gonna get mad. Didn't run off the grass this time. Also, there will be more racing tonight still. George Wiseman and me, we've both worked on the setup a little bit on Monday for the VRS Sprint GT series on iRacing. That race is gonna come up in a good 2 hours and 20. So stream is about to start in good 2 hours, and we'll put up a notification as soon as I'm done with that here. So if you fancy watching, feel free to join that, as it's an iRacing appearance of mine after a long time. There's so much time to gain. Honestly, the brake distances in this car is quite, let me say, intense. Interesting, you also can put up in-car traction control. Oh no, you can't, I'm sorry. Also, the yacht car ABS is not available, so I kind of figured out what's possible in this car and what not. Brake balance is settable, which is good.
The lap was a
Nothing else can be set other than that, so
1:54.19.
fair enough. Interesting, I thought I lost ages of time in the grass outside, but apparently it wasn't the case. I think I need to do more balancing with the brakes. Especially in those longer corners. I lost all the time there. It's too quick into club.
The lap was a 1:53.86.
Tires should not be an issue yet on an endurance car. But I definitely want to have a look whether a low downforce setup is the better option. Hey Lucian, how are you? Nice to see you here. You're back into sim racing, got triggered again? I hope so. Behavior though. Oh, some clouds have appeared, so we got the live weather block inactivated. At any point it could start raining, and going this setup session or this testing session in a total different direction. Oh, I'm pretty sure that Hungaroring race got you triggered again in racing, isn't it? Oh, I can actually understand that. Those Porsche, I really like them Porsche sounds on the broadcasts. I really do. Right, so the FFB mult back to a place where it's back up to 5. Fair enough. Right, next up, we want to test low downforce, the how the car performs in that range. Hey Andrea, thank you for joining in here. Oh, you just got 4 days of vacation left. I'm sorry to hear that, man. But, yeah. We'll be happy to see you in iRacing. So, also for you, if you'd like to join us, George Weisman and me gonna race the VRS-GT Sprint Series at Suzuka in 2 hours from now. The stream is about to start in 1 hour and 45. That's the other plan for tonight. And either the brakes are not warmed up yet, or it's a massive difference in straight line speed. Obviously, when there is no downforce, cannot take the corners the way done before. I'm pretty sure we're going faster down the straights. The question will be, is it worth though? I don't know what you mean by weird there, Andrea, but yes, it's a bit... It's a bit odd, really. Like, the turning seems a bit two-way. At one point I feel that the turning is really good, and then you turn a little bit more on the wheel and nothing happens. It's a bit strange sometimes, but overall the cars are enjoyable. The only abnormality those cars have, and I'm not sure whether this LMP3 has it as well, but I remember from the LMP2 in Le Mans that they got flat spotted literally immediately. Hey James. What I can say though is that despite we took away the downforce, the car is still flying through those corners, if not even quicker. Was it the case that maybe there was so much downforce? Ah shit, that the chassis grounded on, was grounding. Could obviously be the case, but I'm amazed how balanced this car is and how much grip it's still got with that low downforce. Literally, I'm gaining in every single corner compared to the
lap was a 1:53.08.
Only turn 1 is a little bit more difficult, and obviously Eau Rouge. But in those low speed corners, there should be no difference at all. And other than an increased traction, because the aerodynamical balance has changed a bit, I cannot feel any disadvantage at all. Hey Joris, good evening to you. So somewhere I destroyed my front bumper. Very interesting. I think I killed one of those pollards, maybe. Or I was riding the
The
curve
lap was a
into one
1:53.23.
way too hard. Like this one. Alright. Definitely the low downforce setup is way to go. Right now, finally, we've had a thunderstorm right here half an hour ago, so finally some good air. A bit softer front, that should increase the turning again a bit. Want to remove the packers and lower the front and yeah, aerodynamical grip or the mechanical grip on the front. Yes, as I do have got an simracing controller interface. Nice. Right. Well, I do not have That's very interesting that you get this day-night transmission right here already. Definitely is good practice for the race day. I wonder whether there's extra grip. When Tires are somewhat cold. I've got fresh rubber. Either was my bad driving or somehow couldn't just repeat the lap time I did just before. So that obviously needs further testing. And the clouds have disappeared again, so do not worry about some game graphics or something. It's quite high humidity. I think it's cloudy around Silverstone anyway. So that weather plugin is working accurate at 22 degrees. That sounds British as well. Here we go for the next lap. So yeah, with putting down the car to ground zero more or less, that has given us more understeer in that perspective, so maybe we're grinding right now. That is a lot of trial and error going on now because I'm not too familiar with the car anyway. Obviously we've also made the front a lot softer, so that could help the grinding as well. If I help the grinding, that obviously means bad things. So we will see what we can find out in the remaining 24 minutes. Major step has already been done, so the low downforce setup is the way to go. We also may have to look at the gearing a little bit. And other than that, it's just so to say turning laps and keep working on the set to see which is the right way to go. So the dumpers at the front should help the turn in again, and I hope that the understeer has now vanished, which should give us a good turn 1, turn 2 then. Maybe a little bit oversteer. Still feels a little bit on the understeery side, but we're gonna see how this pans out. There's definitely a lot of weight movement in the car, so despite dumpers are not easy on this one, they need to be fixed. And with the race already coming up on Saturday, there is an awful lot of work to do. In the end, we just want to have fun though. That's definitely one of the main targets. Finishing and having fun, as we're in the FSR season. That was a bit stupid. Ah, there you go. Much more easy turn 1, turn 2, so the grinding has been fixed. What about the other things though? Close to equal after sector 1. A little late on the brakes, but there's more downforce now from the lowered front. And because of a little bit more rake, there should be a little bit more drag as well. There we go. Well, if you miss one apex in that complex, you immediately destroy your lap. Probably remember that there was a different mistake on the other lap as well, so that's why we're minus half right now. When you're still on the brakes, you really take away a lot of turning momentum of the car.
That was a
So it seems best to roll it through the corners
152.58.
rather than do the trail braking. If I just make the apexes there, it's just another tenth to be fine. Turn 1, turn 2. Let's see what we can still find in complex. Yep, very true. I just wanted to start moaning about myself, saying that was a mistake taking the curb too far on the inside. It was leading to a cut, and the rFactor to cut detection system thought the very same and annulated my lap time. For a fair reason. That is how iRacing should have their cutting system as well. "18 minutes to go." Car's very lovely around here. Missed the apex again. Missed that apex again, literally. Is taking it in the wrong approach. That is how easily can be the difference between a 3 laps quicker, 3 tenths quicker sector 1. Missed that apex. Yeah, it's interesting how the front sort of resists a turn in when being too hard on the brakes. The car is understeery, James. Just kinda do not believe how I'm not being able to put in a lap time. 1.2 seconds. Yeah, despite I had this mistake in the middle of Beckett, I had a very much good exit out of Chapel, and the quickest lap braking on the grass wasn't good at all anyway. Hey Terry, nice to see you. Terry, you are already on my Discord, server. If not, feel free to check out the descriptions. Ah, interesting. So the tires heat up quite a bit and causing a bigger imbalance. So we need to work around that as well. Sure, feel free. Looking forward to seeing you there. Make sure to check out the description for either the Patreon links or the standard Discord gateway. Let me see whether the car can be turned quicker with more weight in the rear, on the front. That is an apex of turn 3. Brake balance. So guys, keep yourself ready. In 2 hours we have the VRS sprint race coming up. So the stream is about to start in 1.5 hours from now, 23:30 Central European summertime. So I've now made the rear end stiffer and the front end softer, and I'm not sure whether it's the cold tyres or the fresh tyre condition that makes the car really feel turny. I'm not saying I got rid of the understeer, but I definitely got a bit better at balancing the car in first hindsight. This is exactly what I mean between a bad and a good sector 1. 4.5 tenths, that's definitely purple for us. I missed that apex though. Oh, there's a good stability now though. Doesn't oversteer out of the corner, which I do like very much. Feels stable through cops. Look at how much time we gain right here on the exit to Chapel. So that mistake actually was worth a good 4 tenths in the prior lap. Wow, so in night time condition this is another big blind spot where we're racing on here. Good stuff though, we come around final turn to really increase the lap time as lightning strikes outside the window.
The lap was a 1:51.86.
That does not count. That's gonna be very interesting for the race if you run in dirty air or something. You might immediately find yourself outside this track boundaries. Hey Devin, nice to see you here. Once again I got that feeling that it's just the first lap where the tire temperatures somewhat stay below, where there is a really good car balance and everything. So actually might be a hot lap setup right now. Or basically brutally overdriving the car, which could be the other reason. And I remember myself having those issues with the LMP2 car for Le Mans as well. So, I'm not saying this is an excuse, obviously, but it's a valid point. Me overdriving those cars. Let's see if we can attack our lap time though. Here we go. Nope, can't. This is a standard endurance race problem. Most of the time the race is not being decided by raw pace. Oh, Devon, I hear you. I know exactly what you're on about. Very easy to get off tracks here. So, night time has come. That means I need to put out some lighting. Sure. Do this. Can. Sorry for that, but otherwise I can't see shit on my screen. The lighting could be a lot better of those cars. I think I took it way too long and way too deep, turning towards the apex. Alright, I want to get this corner right. No, too far away from the apex once again. Also want to stay inside that curb boundaries to not get another off track. Oh, I do not recommend this though, Terry. I have to admit, you're flying blind around here, really. You have a vast idea of where the track goes and you simply do, yeah, and hell was that? A temporary car. Oh yeah, I would have seen him if there was no temporary car. Look at this. I felt like I hit the blind spot. Well, that was a temporary car. Anyway, I think we got 5 minutes left in the session. That gets us another 1 or 2 laps in. I can definitely say, speeding. I can definitely say that the car is still good to go in those conditions. So still pace in the car. Need to look a little bit after the tyres, so you need to adapt your driving to not overdriving the car. I'm still of the opinion I can set myself a personal best in the final stages of the session. While I still want to point out that the car balance is best the very first lap. There is no other way around that. I don't know really what it is, but the car feels like having so much more grip. Alright James, have fun. Enjoy your day. So guys, if you want to join that race on the upcoming Saturday, feel free to look into the description. There is a link towards the event information. I will also bring this up as soon as I'm done right here. And other than that, I can only encourage you to join me on the late night race. 1.5 hours from now, we got the VRS Sprint GT race coming up. George Wiseman is going to join me on the right, so it will be very interesting to see whether we do perform this time. We've done quite a bit of work to the setup. I think that was a cut. Done quite a bit of work to the set, so we're a little bit better prepared than usual, I want to say. Yet the car's very aggressive, likes to spin. Almost shit. See how that pans out. Oh, that was a clear cut. Once again, I'm taking this too wide way. Yeah, completely off guard. Alright, let's see whether I can get a final blow. We really need to hurry. That as you were sitting in a temporary car and I didn't see you. That looks like a good turn 4. That's the way it should be. I do not know. I'm not even sure whether my lap times are good for the LMP3. So I'm totally unaware of what the GTE cars could produce. Is Robin also in the GTE? If so, probably then you have to stretch yourself a little bit more. I actually do not have very much time to send back around here. Otherwise I'm not making it to over the line again. Gonna be a close call. Here we go. Final lap coming up. Only just made it over the line. On 1 and 2. Yeah, bad exit out of 4. Early at the apex. Right, turn 6. Just once. Alright, session is over, session has moved. Ooh, thunderstorms are rolling in again. Anyway, can restart the weekend for them, guys. That's no problem whatsoever. I'm gonna save that though. And hand this to Jack Keithley so he can get his car on the way. Anyway, if you want to join that event, feel free to sign up in the Formula SimRacing forums and watch out for FSR League Division special events. I know we got the 3 hours of Silverstone. There's still 7 teams for the LMP3 and 12 teams for the GTE car available. Read through all the information. Get a look into the rule book. So we have special qualification, special formation lap, headlight, traffic and overtaking rules, in-race live penalties. There might be actually some live stewarding. This is the sign-up theming right now. So we got the memes car again, the flag to flag racing is in as well. Schubert Motorsports have signed up. Very interesting. Zakspeed, 2 ACR Zakspeed cars. And then we have a lot of fun watching that race, which is also going to be streamed on formulasimracing.net. So if you want to have an overall view, feel free to join that. Otherwise, I'm going to be streaming the event from my point of view before handing over to Jack Keithley. Need to talk to him that we can make sure about the schedule. Yeah, that's about it for the minute, guys. I'm gonna take a deep breath and be back live in 1 hour when there is the Formula Sim race, not the Formula Sim racing, the iRacing VRS race. So yeah, that's what it is about. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and hope to see you back in 1 hour. Goodbye.